So for this video, I'm going to show how to create an Azure website using the CLI. In the last video, I showed how to install the Azure CLI and just an overview of it, but this one I'm actually going to give a better example because I just showed a quick one for the last one. So anyway, go to PowerShell or however you want to do it, maybe Cloud Shell, whatever, and let me make sure that I installed it locally. So it works okay, it's installed. So you gotta log in. Now it knows your subscription. And let's create a resource group because I don't want to use the default one. So you do AZ group create, because group means resource group. Create name, it's going to be demo RG. And location is Central US. Okay. Boom. And created. And let's make sure that verify that it was created though. AZ group list. And let's format it as a table. Output table. Alright, it's created. So it's clear. So now the next thing is creating a couple of variables that we'll use in later commands. So if I'm gonna show you in the Microsoft Learn for this example I'm following is it's using bash and export, but since I'm running PowerShell I can't do bash because that's Unix. I looked it up and the PowerShell equivalent is, how we did it in the past, so in the past video of using the money sign, but there's also set and setx, but that wasn't working, and this is easier. So I figured out this way. Basically set is like to use it in a temporary environment, which is what we want, but it wasn't working. But I was probably just typing the syntax wrong. But anyway, so let's just do this and then resource. So anyway, I'm gonna just actually copy and paste it because it's faster. So copy, and the paste is shift insert, and change all the exports to money, so that creates a variable, and then equals, so the value you gotta put in quotes. Okay, and so demo RG. Okay, so maybe it would have been faster to type myself, but whatever. So we're creating these variables that we'll use later. So for resource group, we're giving it the resource group name, region, essential, and this stuff. So after all that, anyway, so now it's created, and so let's make sure that it works. So I'm going to copy this to. So we're doing the group list, but we're running a query on it to make sure that this variable means demo.rg, that it actually got declared properly. And it worked. And to know if it didn't work, it's like if you spelled it wrong or whatever, it'll just show blank. So that's how I was doing some troubleshooting to figure out that, you know, you need the money sign to create the variables in PowerShell and not export. So anyway, and that's also how to run queries. So it's clear screen. So the next thing we do is we're going to have to create a service plan, because when you run web apps, it uses Azure App Service. And, you know, the service plan determines the region used for the app data center, the number of VMs used, the pricing tier. So anyway, let's create one. And I forgot to show in the here the random means it's just going to give it a random value. So it is a code to create a service plan. It's AZ app service plan create, give it the name, and we're just inserting the variables. And so the important thing is SKU is we're using the free tier. And if you didn't want the free tier, then you would just do, well, then you could just do app service plan create to then -- help, and it'll show you the other pricing tiers. But I want the free one. So let's run this. And it's going to take a couple of minutes, so I'm going to pause. Oh no, that was pretty quick. So, status ready. Let's see. Let's verify that it was created. So it's the same thing as you do. Instead of group list, we do app service plan. And list. So output as a table. And it's an app, it's Central US. Here's the name, pop-up app plan. And so it's ready, it's good. So now we gotta actually create the web app in the service plan. So I'm gonna do a separate steps of first deploying the code, first create a web app and then deploying the code separately. So first we're gonna need, and this time we're doing web app create. Give me the name of the variables. Okay, so that's G first. And site names must only allow, cannot start or end in hyphen. Well, that's not good. The random variable gave it random value doesn't match. Let's try it again. Maybe. Okay. I'll pause and just redo all of this change the variables real quick. Okay, so I changed it, and then so we're getting this before, and then I reran the app service plan create after I changed it, because I changed it to alphanumeric instead of random like it was before. I don't know why it showed it in the example. Apparently it works in the Microsoft Learn, but not here. But anyway, that's just if you get that error, and it's saying okay, it's not part of that, it's not existing in resource group, so I had to rerun this line of recreating it. And then, so that worked. And then now I do web app create, and looks like it worked. So now let's verify it. Easy web app list, output table. And it's running. It's good. So the default host name is the name of, the unique app name plus the Azure websites.net. So, and this is a URL for the new website. So actually let's go to it. And it works. So anyway, now let's if it was bash, you would just curl it. But anyway, let's deploy the code to GitHub. So clear the screen again. And here's the code is web app deployment source config, give it the name, the resource group, and the repo URL is GitHub, and it's just a simple one that's gonna display hello world when it executes. And so let's run it. When it's ready, we go back, okay, running. And let's refresh it, and it should say hello world. There. Took a couple seconds, but anyway, so that's an example of there. It's fully done. So yeah, so that's how to make a how to create an Azure website, I guess, and host it and post it and all that using the CLI.